This time I'd like to call this Freeburg Community High School District 77 Board of Education meeting to order. Kevin, would you please call roll?
Mr. Parrish?
Here.
Mrs. Staub? Here. Mr. Reynolds?
Here.
Mr. Monroe?
Here.
Mr. Haas?
Here.
Ms. Miller? Here. Mr. Gouch?
Here.
Ms. Marlar? Here.
Okay, that's a quorum. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have any agenda changes this evening?
There are none.
Okay, at this time we'll open up the floor for public comments. Seeing none. We need to approve our April 18th, 2019 minutes. Do we have a motion? So moved. Second. There was a motion, second by Mr. Haas. We need to roll call that. Okay. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Okay, then we need to canvass our election results.
So those in your folder, those copy of those results are provided to you. Three were the top vote getters. So that was good. So those are have been signed off by Thomas Holbrook, County Clerk. So the next thing is the board would be appropriate if the board accepts those results.
I'll make a motion to accept the canvas of the vote.
Motion by Mr. Gouch,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Miller. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Inasmuch as there is no further business to come before this board, a motion for adjournment sine die is in order. Do we have a motion?
Second.
Second. By Mr. Haas, second by Mr. Reynolds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. Now it's time for the seating of the new board members. Exiting board of Education members will now yield your seats. And at this time, newly elected board members, Mr. Gary Henning, should you please take your seat at the board table? Now, the next step in this process will be the administration of the oath of office to those individuals elected to the Board of Education.
So I have your, in the file, is your board. If you guys, I think it'd be appropriate to stand and raise your right hand. But if you would, I'll read the whole phrase and then repeat after me. So I, would you state your name, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of member of the Board of Education of Freeburg Community High School, District 77, in accordance with the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the laws of the State of Illinois to the best of my ability.
I, Gary Henning, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of member of the Board of Education for Freeburg Community High School, District 77, in accordance with the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the laws of the State of Illinois, to the best of my ability.
I further swear that I shall respect taxpayers' interests by serving as a faithful protector of the school district's assets.
I further swear that I shall respect taxpayers' interests by serving as a faithful protector of the school district's assets.
I shall encourage and respect the free expression of opinion by my fellow board members and others who seek a hearing before the board, while respecting the privacy of students and employees.
I shall encourage and respect the free expression of opinion by my fellow board members and others who seek a hearing before the board, while respecting the privacy of students and employees.
I shall recognize that a board member has no legal authority as an individual and that decisions can be made only by a majority vote at a public board meeting.
I shall recognize that a board member has no legal authority as an individual, and that decisions can be made only by a majority vote in a public board meeting.
And I shall abide by majority decisions of the board while restraining the right to seek changes in such decisions that through ethical and constructive channels.
I shall abide by the majority decisions of the board while restraining the right to seek changes in such decisions through ethical and constructive channels.
Congratulations.
So at this time, we need to appoint a president pro tem, in order for the election of the permanent officers to be executed successfully, a temporary president will need to be appointed by the Board of Education. A motion will need to be made, seconded, and voted upon to select a president pro tem. In the past, it's usually the superintendent. Motion by Mr. Reynolds.
Second.
Ms. Donna. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right, Board of Education election of officer results will be recorded by Kendra Nowatzki, FCHS District Secretary. Nominations are now in order for the office of Board of Education President.
Second.
Are there any other nominations? Hearing no further nominations, the nominations of the office of Board of Education are closed. Doug Parrish being the only candidate nominated for the office of Board of Education President, the chair hereby declares Doug Parrish elected by acclamation and directs the secretary to so record in the minutes.
Okay, thank you very much.
So now you need to take a seat next to me.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. At this time, nominations are now in order for the office of Board Vice President. We have a nomination.
I'll nominate Dean Gow.
We have a nomination from Mr. Reynolds, second by Mr. Henning. Mr. Gow, are there any other nominations at this time? Hearing no further nominations, the nominations for the office of Board of Education Vice President are now closed. Dean Goff being the only candidate nominated for the office of Board of Education Vice President, the chair hereby declares that I'm elected by acclamation and directs the secretary to so record in the minutes. Nominations are now in order for the office of Board of Education Secretary.
Nominate Vicky Stock.
We have a nomination for Vicky Stock.
Second.
Second, Mr. Reynolds. Any other nominations? Hearing no further nominations, the nominations for the office of Board of Education Secretary are closed. Vicky Staub being the only candidate nominated for the office of Board of Education Secretary, the chair hereby declares them elected by acclamation and directs the secretary to so record in the minutes. Our next item is the district treasurer, is the position that signs off on critical financial records of FCHS District 77 to verify their accuracy and appropriateness. It is typically a person who is different from the person who prepared said records and/or reports. Diane Schaefer is the current business director at FCH School District 77. She creates documents and reports. It has been customary for the superintendent's secretary to serve as the district treasurer. Do we have a motion or recommendation?
I move to appoint Ms. Kendra Nowatzki to the position of district treasurer for high school, Beaver High School, District 77.
Nomination by Ms. Miller, second by Mr. Gow. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. Appoint recording secretary for the Board of Education. The district's tradition has been for the superintendent's secretary to serve as recording secretary for Board of Education meetings. The major task of the recording secretary is to attend Board of Education meetings and create minutes from the meeting. These minutes are then included in the next month's meeting packet and approved as part of the consent agenda item on the meeting's agenda. The recording secretary also prepares the formal documentation for signatures by the Board of Education president and secretary at each Board of Education meeting and secures these signatures on the respective documents. I recommend appointing Mrs. Kendra Nowatzki as recording secretary for School District 77 Board of Education. Roll call, okay. We have a second.
So moved.
I made the motion, second by Mr. Reynolds. We'll start with you, Vicki.
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes. Next item is the approval of the Board of Education meeting schedule. Another important function of the Board of Education organization is the approval and publication of the Board of Education's meeting schedule for the next fiscal year. The recommended meeting schedule follows the normal pattern of a meeting on the third Thursday of each month with a few exceptions. The first is the Board of Education meeting for November 2019. Each November, the Illinois Association of School Boards, the Illinois Association of School Board Officials, and the Illinois Association of School Administrators holds what's known as the III Conference. This is the statewide annual professional development opportunity for members of boards of education. It is held in Chicago the Thursday through Sunday before Thanksgiving. This will conflict with the district's November Board of Education meeting. The conflict is resolved by having for Community High School District 77 November meeting on the Monday before. Veterans Day this year will be observed on that same Monday as it was last year. To combat both of these conflicts, we've set the November board meeting on Tuesday, November 12, 2019. The second exception is the Board of Education meeting for December 2019. That has been moved to Tuesday, December 17, 2019, to allow ample time for the filing of the tax levy at the courthouse. Attachment number 1 is the Freeburg Community High School District 77 Board of Education meeting schedule for the remainder of fiscal year 2020. The third exception is the June 2020 meeting needs to be moved back a week to allow for at least 30 days between May and June in case we amend the budget. That meeting will be on the fourth Thursday on June 25th, 2020. So at this time, we need a motion to approve the meeting schedule.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Ms. Miller. Okay. Second by Mr. Gow. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
They have 2018, I think it should be 2019 on both November 12th and December 17th.
Correct. Make that change. Well, I'd like to, before we adjourn, I'd like to welcome Ms. Trenning to the board, back again to the board. I'd like to take just a minute to speak to the board as far as our oath, just to make sure it's in the forefront of our minds, what the oath is that we took and what it means. We are just one of 7. So, and I know all of us have been approached at one time by a parent that wants to make a change. Let's try to make sure we are professional in the way we treat the parents and understand that their concerns are valid, but we can't make promises that we can't keep. Try to make sure we send them through the proper chain of command, and let the people that we have employed here to do their jobs do their jobs. And when we're talking about things here, things can be heated. Sometimes people disagree with some of our points, but that is while we're here. Outside of this, we leave that here, and we don't worry about it when we're outside here. Does anybody else want to make any comments before we adjourn? Oh, well, we're gonna have a thing with Ray. Sorry, Mr. Madrell. I do want to definitely thank you for all your years of service here at Freeburg. You've definitely been a calming influence when things have gotten a little bit spicy, and I really do appreciate that. And I think all the board members here value all of your input and wisdom that you provided for all the years that you've been here. It's been a great honor to work with you on this board.
I appreciate that very much, Doug. I prepared a few things. It probably will only take 20 minutes, but I'm kidding. But as I sat this afternoon and reflected on some of the things that have been accomplished in the last 16 years, and a lot of stuff has kind of gone through the pipeline with a lot of negotiation processes, staff changes, board changes, and I think that overall, it's been a privilege and an honor, to serve the district, the members of District 522, that's College District, District 77. you know, every board had a different personality, but I'm glad to have had the opportunity to serve, certainly with Dean all these years, and Gary, and Dennis, and Mike, and Vicki, and Angie. That was a contentious election, but after it was over with, things smoothed out, and, you know, everybody got the job done, and I feel very good about that, and was happy to be a part of that. But thank you for your kind remarks, and I appreciate everything that the high school has accomplished in these past years. And I really did prepare something, but I'm not going to go through all that. Referendums, things like that. But you know, it was a great opportunity to be involved with. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray.
At this point, we need a motion to adjourn. Oh, did you have anything to say?
So I was just gonna say, a couple things about Ray. These two guys now probably have to calm me, because sometimes I have a tendency to, you know, Ray was always a calming effect on me once he grabbed my leg or poked me in the side or something like that. So, Ray, like you say, you were an outstanding board member, as is everyone here. I think first time I took your mother's place in the board, this time I'm taking Ray, I couldn't find two finer people to replace, and just hope that, you know, you have the board members they were. And thank you, Ray, for all your support, help, guidance.
Thank you.
You're an outstanding person, and as is the rest of this board.
I'd like to make a motion to draw lots for a seating arrangement. I think it's only fair with the member.
I'll be poking you in after the high school.
Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Ms. Miller, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned.